Hello again, everybody. It's after work. This is Patrick, and it's about 7 o'clock at night tonight. Had a little bit of a late day today. Sort of, it's been one of those comedy of errors kind of days when everything that can go wrong does. There's a law that I share a last name with. I think I might have mentioned that before. But to start off with, my first visit of the day took over 3 hours because of the world's slowest pharmacy technician. I was calling in a medication profile to a telepharmacy, which is something that I do pretty often. But this was a telepharmacy that I'd never worked with before. I won't say the name. It was literally the world's slowest pharmacy technician. I had to spell everything for her. She didn't know how to spell anything. She even asked me how to spell potassium, if you can believe that. I had to spell potassium for her. I had like 15 medications to profile, and just that took me a good a good hour just doing that, getting all the medications squared away. And then after I was done, I discovered that the medications wouldn't actually arrive for like 3 weeks anyway. So I had to make other arrangements for the medications that were almost depleted. But I mean, it was time well spent. I mean, this was stuff I had to get on top of because it was like, it's a complicated regimen. It's a patient who's changing, condition is changing all the time, and all sorts of stuff. So I have a mountain of paperwork to do for that later because of some Medicare-specific charting that I have to do for somebody who revoked the hospice benefit to get treatment, which happens sometimes. And I kind of let it get away from me. I didn't realize that I had to do some of it. I didn't realize it was due, so it all kind of piled up at once. So I'm just going to sit down and just plow through all of it tonight, and then I won't have to deal with it. But then, to make matters worse, towards the end of my second visit, my laptop's battery was depleted. Now, this is really unusual because my laptop battery lasts long enough for a whole shift and then a few hours afterwards, most of the time. And I can only imagine the difference was this time my laptop was running continuously through my first visit, where usually I'll pull my laptop open for 20 minutes and then close it. But I usually get a good 9 to 12 hours of battery life. It's like one of those little netbooks. It doesn't use much juice. But I've had the netbook for over a year, so the battery's probably starting to wind down a little bit. I'm going to give it a good charge tonight and see how it performs tomorrow. And if the battery's still not lasting the full shift, I'll just use that as an excuse to buy a new netbook. No point in replacing the battery, not on a $300 computer. Spend $100 for a new battery. No, thank you. Spend $300 for a new computer. And then I had to do a lot of detective work. I've been playing this game called L.A. Noire. It's about police detective work in the 40s or whatever. Kind of presented as a noir crime film. And it's been tough to get to the bottom of what's going on with a lot of these cases. I found myself studying people's faces a lot more now, taking people at their word less, physically checking on more things, actually counting out pills and stuff like that, which is stuff that most of the time I don't have to do, but now I'm starting to realize that I should have been doing it more often. So I'm going to be double checking a lot more stuff. I think I've got more of an idea of what kinds of things to look for now, I think. So I got done with my regular visits around 5 or 6 or so, and then had one extra call after that. So I'm just getting back from that now. And yeah, I didn't mind doing it. I don't mind taking a little overtime, and I like seeing all my patients, and they all like to see me, so it's time well spent. We were supposed to have an in-service on port flushes today, but too many people were out, so we didn't do it. seems like everybody's been having some IT problems lately, not just me. I can only blame it on myself because I'm using my own equipment, but looks like there's some other scattered IT problems kind of going around. Well, I found out I passed all my classes. I'm pretty happy about that. It was touch and go there for a little while in health assessment. My second assessment video did not go over very well, and I only got a 70% on that. But my final, which kind of got like cobbled together at the last minute and kind of hacked together, I got an 88% on that, which probably is a little bit more than I deserved. But the point is, I passed the class, not with stellar or great. I think it worked out to be like an 84% because I didn't understand the first assignment. I got a 50% on it, even though I did half of it perfectly. But you know, I'll accept an 84. All I really care about is passing. I'm already in the RN to Masters program, so it's not like I have to. As long as I get above an 80 and everything, I'm golden. And that should not be too hard to maintain because next is the universal human search for truth, justice, and the common good. Core Curriculum 104. Somebody shoot me. That is what I'm taking next. I think that's what I'm taking next. I forget. I don't have my plan of study memorized, but looks like another fluff class. So I'll have a good semester of taking it easy. I think I'm taking one other class at the same time. At least I hope I'm taking one other class at the same time. But after the stress involved in the health assessment class, I'm looking forward to a good couple of fluff classes. I got an email saying they changed the plan of study around a little bit because they said they were doing it to meet the changing needs of future nurses. And really, I mean, it was just minor changes in the titles of the classes. Like, instead of community health, it was community health for RNs. Like, oh, okay. My term paper on Smith-Lemli-Opitz syndrome I did very well on. I guess there were some problems in my APA formatting, but whatever. I got a 92% on it. And I got 100% on the abstract, which is nice. And everybody seemed to like it. It seemed like nobody in the class had ever heard of Smith-Lemli-Opitz syndrome. So, including the professor, who has a pediatrics background. So I was able to lay something new on her. Probably got a couple of novelty points out of that. I won't lie, that's what I was going for. But yeah, my mind is like buzzing with other things I've got to follow up on. I've got to jot down a quick to-do list when I get back because stuff seems like it's piling up a little bit, or like a lot of things are all hitting at the same time. I like having a caseload of 13. I think that's just the right amount of busyness. So I worked my schedule out all meticulously last night, and it worked out to 3 routine visits every day, giving me time for a 4th or potentially a 5th if extra needs come up, you know, if something happens. And then first thing in the morning when I come in, I found that my carefully laid plans were all smashed because some things happened that I can't describe because they're protected health information. But they involved me having to rearrange my schedule a little bit. But that's okay. I put a good effort in. I made myself an organized schedule. I was able to fit all of the little slots together and make a sensible, organized schedule out of it. So that's a kind of a personal achievement, even if it didn't persist into the real world. Getting the hang of my scheduling. Making sure I arrive for all of the whole health aid supervisions is still kind of challenging, but I'm kind of working on that. I'm kind of mixing up my words a little bit because I haven't eaten in like 7 hours or 6 hours. I made sure I had a good breakfast and I had a good lunch, and then I just kept working. And if I'd skipped lunch, or if I'd skipped breakfast, I probably wouldn't be so hungry right now. But because I had 2 really good meals, now I'm hungry again. But I think there's some leftover beef stew in the fridge. I think that'll be good. Well, hopefully tomorrow will be a better day. That's all I can hope for. Maybe tomorrow will be a little more organized. I've only got two visits on my plate for tomorrow, and then an admission. So admissions are always fun. I haven't done an admission in a couple of weeks, so it's nice to stay in the admission game, because admissions are sometimes where the action is. There's some good stuff going on there. Well, that's it. Have a good day.